First open the Fluent from the Windows search menu and change the working directory to the folder where your mesh is. Control the address, copy the address, paste here and click OK. So your Fluent will be launched in the same directory where your mesh is. So first we will import the mesh file which we have created in ICM-CFD, right? So now go to the file, read mesh, double click, and the mesh has been imported to the Fluent. Now display mesh. Here you can display your mesh. So now you can see the mesh you have created. So here is the zoom option. You can zoom in and zoom out. Right? You can also pan here. So now we will create the solution setup. Go to the general and see whether the type is pressure based or density based. So the Fluent will solve according to the fluid flow type. So for the incompressible fluid flow problem, we will select the type pressure based, and if the fluid is unsteady, we will select transient. Otherwise, if the fluid flow is steady, we will select steady flow. And the 2D space should be planar. If the geometry you are dealing with is Cartesian, then the 2D space will be planar. Right? Now go to the models, select viscous laminar flow. Okay, go to the material, click on air, change the properties at your will. So I am selecting here density 1 and viscosity 0.0001 so that the Reynolds number will become 10,000. Now click change or create and close the box. Now go to the boundary condition. Oh, the fluid flow. Okay. The boundary conditions are not imported. 1 minute. So actually I have done this problem. So let me go to that where I have generated the mesh. So there is some problem in mesh creation. The boundary conditions are not imported. So I will go back to the where I have done this problem and I will import the Fluent mesh from that file. Mesh, replace mesh, continue, go back and select this mesh. So now in this mesh the boundary conditions are imported. So you can see the boundary conditions, inlet, outlet and wall. So go to the inlet, type is velocity inlet, we have given, add it, provide the velocity as 1 meter per second, click OK. Interior fluid leave it default, outlet. So we will assume that the fluid flow is exiting at atmospheric pressure from the outlet. So the gate pressure should be 0. Click OK. At the wall, the type of the boundary condition is wall. So you can see here that the wall is stationary and the no slip condition is applied at the wall. Click OK. Now go to the solution method, leave it default. Go to the monitor. Here you will find residuals. So residuals are the imbalance in the continuity and momentum equations. So it will show how the error is dropping down So set the convergence criteria to the 10 to the power minus 6. So whenever our errors in continuity and momentum equations will drop to the level of 10 to the power minus 6, the solution will be assumed to be converged. Now go to the solution initialization, select in standard initialization and compute from inlet. So it means we have imparted 1 meter per second velocity to the each and every cell inside this mesh. Now click initialize. Now go to the run calculation, put the number of iteration as suppose 1000 and calculate. So you can see here the residuals are dropping. White line represent the continuity equations residuals and red and green line are representing x momentum and y momentum residuals. So the solution has converged after 96 iteration. So you can go to now graphics and animation and you want to show the velocity vectors. Double click here and display. So I have zoomed. So you can see the velocity vectors here. So it is obvious that at the entrance the velocity profile is not fully parabolic. But if you see at the as the fluid flow progress, the velocity profile become parabolic, right? So you can compare it. It is quite visible. The velocity profile here is not fully parabolic because the boundary layer is developing. So when the boundary layer has fully developed, the velocity profile shape doesn't change, right? Because now there is no velocity variation at any cross section of the pipe. So you can take the picture of it. Go to the file, save picture. You can preview it, right? Now save. Save in the same folder. I have saved it earlier. Uh, okay. Velocity profile. So it has saved. So you can also view contours of pressure and velocity. So display. So here are the contours. You can go to the field mode, display. So here you can see the pressure variation inside the pipe. So the red color denotes the maximum pressure and blue color denotes the minimum pressure. So because at the right end the pressure is lower than the left end, so because of this pressure difference the fluid flow is occurring. You can also see the steam lines, display, unfilled, display. So these are the steam lines. Okay. Also you can plot velocity profile in the center line and you can see the how it varies. So we have to create a new surface. So coordinate is x coordinate 0, y coordinate 0.5, middle. y coordinate 0.5, x coordinate 8. So from one point at the left end, which is in the middle, to the one point in the right at the right, we will create a line. So there is some problem. Select with mouse. So you can also plot velocity profile at the outlet. So at the y direction we will select the length, and at the x axis we will select the velocity magnitude. Now at the outlet, plot. So you can plot the velocity at the inlet and outlet or at any cross section. So for plotting at any cross section, generate a new line. Suppose we want to plot at a cross section at a location of 1 meter. So at 1 meter, 0 to 1. So x1, create, close, plot velocity. Right. So in this way you can plot different parameters. You can also calculate shear stress. I will do in the next section. So here we stop and I will share the video.